Welcome to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games or forgotten settings the roll the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the next chapter in our adventure. Our heroes have entered the council chambers to state their case, but can they find the words needed? Find out as we explore a new land of power and ancient secrets in Exalted. Beginnings. As you enter through the door, you can see a faint bit of light to your right as another set of doors close, cutting off that light source. Within this room, you can see laid in front of you a half circle of sandbags that come to about most of your waists, mountains, knees. And arrayed before you, 7 large desks, behind which are seated 7 figures, masked in white masks with a red slash down the front, and covered in long robes of jet black, which hide almost all defining characteristics. You can see that there are some differences in height, but they are not significant. Aside from that, it is very difficult to tell them apart.
Uh-oh.
Scared.
I feel like we should be scared.
Uh-oh. This looks like a battle map. Why would this look like a battle map?
You will see the 7 figures labeled on this not battle map. You will see above them that there are 3 little grayed out circles above each of them.
Oh, no.
As you proceed through this social combat, I will be tracking your successes and your failures. More successes, and they will vote with you. More failures, and they will vote against you. As you make your rolls, you will not know whether it is successful or not. However, you will be able to make rolls later to try to determine whether it was a success or failure.
See why they wear masks now.
This is the worst.
My mask is on, by the way. As we were being ushered in, I definitely put it on.
The mask is not quite to your specifications. It is mostly black, but it looks like Horace, trying to be helpful, took some like chalk and kind of etched in the like jawline that you were looking for.
Horace.
And now I will take join debate rolls.
Join debate.
Join debate.
What is that? What do we
This
roll for
is
that?
wits socialize.
Yes!
Technically, you would just be comparing your maximum pool, but I think it's more fun to roll dice.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay, so Adramalik, of course, you know, he steps forward, abreast with Dirham, Rakim towering behind him, and he strikes a poise of laid back like nonchalance, but also there's a sort of seriousness in the way he's angled his feet, and his posture is very. He looks like he's calm but open, but also like he's ready to go. Can I get a little bit of a stunt for that, please, George, please?
Yes, you can have a 1-dot stunt.
Oh God, I'm rolling 5 dice here.
Oh,
Fighting for stunts, huh? I like the sound of that. Dirham comes in and obviously scans the room in its entirety. A quizzical look first on his face until he realizes sort of the setup of the situation, and then starts studying each of the individuals and their characteristics and whatnot, the ones that are available, sort of measuring out as best as he can. And I'd like to just say, for this scene, I will be using my Deft Official's Way.
what does that do?
Charm. What it does, which we'll see if this will help or not, but I become preternaturally adept at navigating through bureaucracies. I can naturally sense who to talk to in order to produce results, or who expects or is amenable to bribes, which functionaries are actually useful or friendly, and which are officious tyrants abusing their meager silver of power.
What? That's insane.
I may add my bureaucracy score to the read intentions action of any ability, so long as it helps me in producing a desired bureaucratic result.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's great. That's exactly what we need in this situation.
And
I'm
you
going to be
can have
contributing Zip.
You can have a 1-dot stunt as well.
I shouldn't contribute Zip. You guys saw what happens when I contribute.
I have no socialize. I have no socialize.
Mountain.
As Mountain walks in and the floor creaks underneath of his kind of just mighty form and everything, he kind of leans on that and just makes his presence that much more felt. Like, not necessarily like with foot clomps, but just very much like, I am here. And when he gets there, he takes off his cloak and actually throws it to the other circle in like a large like of which, because it is so large, the wind is obviously like, it's not enough where it should scatter anything, but it is felt even from their position of the farthest council member. And I activate harmonious presence from my presence roll. It makes it so that way all social things, and I don't, because it says my forces, and I'm like, I don't know what this means, but my magnetism and grace empowering my forces of persuasion, so it makes it so way all of my social charms cost 1 less.
Cool. All right. You can have a 2-dot stunt for that.
Did you give me a 2 or a 1? I can't.
I gave you a 1.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So the way that it generally works, I think I've said this before, but if you just use like yourself-ish, you get a 1-dot stunt. When you're involving the environment in some way is when you're going to be getting more stuff. So it's the more you are setting the scene versus just describing yourself.
Okay.
That actually makes sense. No, I don't know why I didn't pick up on that.
I probably forgot about that long ago.
I didn't know it either. But now that I'm thinking back of all the like stunt, I'm like, oh no, that checks out.
Okay, so what are your join debates? Let's start with Adramalik.
3.
Okay.
Best I could have gotten, because my wit socialized was 3. So
4.
Hey, now with a wit socializer 3, you could have gotten a 6.
Yeah, I could have, like 1 in 1,000 that would have happened. But yeah, you're right. You're not wrong.
Smiling Mountain.
Or 7, 8, because of the +1.
Good God.
I did pump 3 motes into this, just so we're clear. Like I am here, plus the 5 from the
Attaboy, throw down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came here to social fight.
Then leading the charge, and this is really just that I can like track when you're doing your actions.
Yeah.
Is Smiling Mountain.
Oh my God, there's actions?
Yes, you can try to instill intimacies to try to get somebody to agree with your point of view by actually building a bond with them in some way. You can attempt to persuade them as you would normally. You can bribing, threatening, all those things. You can also do read intentions to try to get a grasp for how they feel. This is obviously harder because of their, masked forms. But that is how you will be able to judge, number one, what intimacies they have, which you can use to get a bonus on your rolls, or to find out what of your successes or failures.
Yeah, I have a charm specifically for knowing how people are feeling. It's actually one of my only social charms.
Right. We're gonna be leaning hard on you, big boy.
Good leaders of Nachar.
Oh, one more thing I should mention before you get started. Sorry. When you attempt to influence a group as opposed to a specific individual, you suffer penalties. So
I'll
be
know who to
asking
lean on right now.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That'll be part of it, figuring out who you are trying to influence in a moment.
Well, right now, I think that at first it's going to be shotgun, and then for me anyway, it's blast it out, accept the minuses, and then see who's affected by what, and then we can start leaning.
Makes sense.
It's good strategy.
Really
good strategy.
Yeah,
Get going.
because I don't want to pour hard into one person and be like, I hate this place, you suck. Like, good people of Nachar. My fellows and I come here in no small amount of danger to ourselves and in no amount of small risk spent to get here and bring you the information we have. But we hope that the love of your city, the love of your people, the love of your way of life, one free of a yoke that may rest upon your neck, the life of good people who have managed to build something so miraculous so far from where you should have been able to build something as this, will aid in your decision making today and in seeing the real threat that approaches you. So that's my opening statement. We're going to go with that.
Okay. Are you attempting to actually do anything with that, or just?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to see how. So for me, I'm trying to gauge from them like who seems suddenly more interested. So it's right now I'm imploring protection.
Okay.
It is. I'm protecting your way of life. I am protecting you. Who wants to protect things? So I am looking for who kind of shifts with that, and who's kind of like, oh, who gives a shit?
Okay. So this is going to be a read intentions roll. It is perception, socialize, and you are at a -3 because you're doing the wide whatever.
Shotgun time. And does
So
that
he
add my
rolls
3
3
dice?
less dice.
Yes.
Do I get any stunting because it was a pretty good
Yes,
speed
you
or
can have
bad
2 dot stun.
Yeah. 1, 2, -2, -1. So we'll take away the 2 dot. And then it was perception, correct?
It is perception socialize.
Sorry.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3 because we're at -1. We'll do a little. Actually, what does motive discerning technique do? I should look that up now. Come and knock on my door. This charm supplements read intentions action, applying double 9's rule to the solar's roll. In addition, the upsuit can subdue wits instead. My wits and my perception are the same, so no reason to do that. Okay, so that's it. So my 9's explode.
Okay.
This
Roll
actually
it.
feels more dangerous than
It does, right? Because I feel like we could punch her and flamethrower our way out of most things. This seems way harder.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, well that 9 thing is immediately handy because we didn't get any 10s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with your +1.
Okay. So as you are looking out at this crowd, you get some slight feelings of appreciation of your words from numbers 2, 4, and 5. Yes, you're going to want to take notes during this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is social mixed with puzzling and...
And really good move on you for giving them all masks, because I was like, oh, because everything you were like, you tell by their posture, you tell by this. I'm like, oh, fucking, this is just so good. It's terrible. Can't even flirt, can't even wink at these guys.
You can, you just won't see if they wink back.
What's the point? That's the payoff.
I want to see the love.
Dirham.
Right. Yeah. Cool. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, I guess first off, the question I should ask is, using my deft official's way charm, was there anything that I've picked up following Mountain's opening volley?
God, that's such a long list of stuff that it
of
does.
protective words?
What page is it on?
That's
So I
a
don't
great-
need to keep having you read it off as I fumble trying to figure out who's the corrupt ones in this group.
284.
Not that I don't already know.
284.
All right. None of them expect bribes. However, numbers 3 and 7 are amenable to them. As far as which are actual useful, this is probably not a very good place to use that, because these are all technically useful because they all have a 1 out of 7 vote for the decisions of this entire city. So they're
Yeah.
all actually pretty useful.
Okay.
Friendly, however, that is a bigger one. Number 4, number 6, and number 7 are friendly. And as far as officious tyrants, numbers 1 and 2, at least close enough. Close enough.
Okay. That was super
That was great.
I know where I should swim and where I should not.
So correct me if I'm wrong, George. This information is only available to
That information is only available to Dirham unless he finds a way to share it.
communicate it right. But I don't gauge anything that Rakeem gleaned from.
Correct.
Yeah,
So,
basically between each of our talking, actually, I'll probably like sidebar them, and if they want to be shitty about it, they can be shitty about it. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to like...
Yeah,
I
what are
mean,
you whispering on? Whatever we want.
Dirham's is a little different because it is purely
Right, mentally,
instinctual
he's-
knowledge. So, I mean,
Yeah.
he can share it, but yeah, it requires the sidebar so that he can actually share it. The question
Does
is,
sidebarring like delay initiative, or like what happens? Is there a penalty for
I will
sidebarring?
say at the end of every round, you're able to sidebar and share your information.
Beautiful.
So that way you act with whatever information you started the round with is what you have for your round. When you get to the end, you share, and that way you're all on the even footing for the next round.
Okay.
Okay, sound fair?
Okay, fair.
Sure. Sounds great.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be doing anything here. Oh God.
So this is
You guys were all,
nerve-wracking.
we're gods. We don't have to worry about anything, and now you're all nervous as anything.
Nervous? I'm ready to fight my way out of here.
Yeah, we can kill a couple of nerds, but we don't wanna.
She said she wanted their heads, right? Here we go.
We 180. We 180.
Again.
180 our 180. Oh God.
All right.
Dirham will stand next to where Mountain is, on his right side, and bring his hands together and sort of scanning the council. We'll take a breath and then say, "We are new to your city, and my friend here speaks true about the impressive quality of it. And it has come through a history of battle. You've had to fight to maintain what you have, and that battle isn't over. We also know that as well, as I believe all of you do." And that's all he says as he's sort of scanning the crowd, seeing if there's any shifts in body language, anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And even
Are you trying to solicit a response as well?
I mean,
it seems
as
like
this
a
is-
read intentions, right?
uh,
Or are you actually trying to provoke action?
Yeah, that's the question. Like trying to see if someone knows.
I think he's opening dialogue. Because we haven't even heard anything from him yet.
Sure.
So he's really just starting it before even saying anything else. We just walked in and we're like, "Hey, how are you all?" So like, I'm waiting to even see if they even talk back at all.
Okay. So you're reading their reactions.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So give me your read intentions, perception, socialize.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Well, you're better at perception, right?
That is true. Anything for that?
Yes, you can have a 2 stunt.
Oh gosh, yes. 4.
4. Okay. With a 4, and did you actually count your -3?
I did not. That removes dice.
Yes, it does.
Hold on. 4.
Wow.
Nice!
Nice. Okay.
It was destined. Good for you, man. Fuck.
All right. Numbers 2, 3, and 5 respond positively, but number 6 you can see is is having a slightly negative response to what you said, to something you said.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't get to know what it is.
Luckily, he didn't throw as much shit at it
What did you
as I
talk? I
did.
don't
So
know. I have to remember what Craig talked about too.
he said
Oh.
that it was a history forged through violence,
Right. That's probably
fighting,
and that
fighting for
he
what they
also
have, and
believes that they
and it isn't
know
over.
that the fighting isn't over.
Right.
Which
Mhm.
to me is also like, do you not know? Do you?
Dramalik.
Oh no! What are the actions again? What can I do? What do I do?
What you probably want to do this early is to try to gauge them better before you start actually making persuasive arguments. So you're going to want
Right.
to say things to try to provoke the responses, to try to gather a little bit of information about them.
And I know one of you is a piece of shit. Like,
That
straight-
would probably not go well, but
There's a traitor in here.
flex.
Let's see what happens.
Flex those bard chops.
yeah.
I'm so scared. Okay, yeah. Adramalik will, after the
Go
introduction by Rakim and Dirham, he'll be like, Yes, hello. So, as they've said, we've come here with the intention of preserving this city, preserving your way of life, and preserving the people who reside here. I hope you're all willing to come to terms and do the same, whatever it takes.
Okay, I'll give you the 2 stunt, and you give me your perception socialize with a -3.
Wait, if my perception socialize is 3 and it's a -3, do I roll anything?
You get your
I just-
2 dice
my
from
2
your
from the
stunt plus your automatic success.
Oh,
You're going to want
God.
to focus fire, probably.
Yeah, can I focus on number 1 because he's closest to me, right?
You can, if you would like, have directed that to number 1.
Because I wouldn't know anything that they know about any of the other people. So
Not yet.
this is, yeah, because I lean to my side as I'm doing this, and I like look right at him like, I'm like when I'm like you'd do anything it would take. I look right at him.
looks to the officious tyrant.
Then you do
He
not.
was not moved by any of the speeches. Pretty good.
Then you do not suffer the penalty.
Okay, so I would roll 5.
Yep,
Oh my
5 with 1 automatic success.
Help me! Help me, God! No! 2 plus the 1 automatic success. 3 successes.
All right.
You do not sense any kind of response from him, neither positive nor negative.
Yeah, I look at Uba and I'm like, getting a little shake of a head. Okay, that's my
So-
turn. I don't know, I'm scared.
Now it's their turn. Objection. Overruled.
The one in the middle, speaks.
Number 4.
Number 4. Thank you for coming here. It is good to see people who are new to town who are so willing to put themselves on the line to protect our city. What is it you come here to ask of us? Smiling Mountain, you start the round.
Fudge, man. I
Oh,
was
we
hoping
gotta
they would
answer.
give us some stuff. They didn't give us a lot, but we're
We
looking
didn't-
for
we didn't
answers.
really-
We got to wait. We get to sidebar. All right. So,
Mhm.
Sidebar, I tell you guys what we just learned, and hopefully you guys have been taking notes, because I'm not. My notes are for me.
His notes are unintelligible to anybody but him.
So I say,
Dirham pretty much says, Hadramalik, if you're going to try to convince anyone who may be more amenable, you look at 4, 6, or 7.
Yeah.
If you want to provoke someone and maybe make them slip up in a aggressive fashion, but be very careful with confirming the hit, you're looking at 1 or 2.
I'm gonna lay it on thick on 1.
though two did respond though to protecting. He did seem like he wanted to protect 2, 4, and 5.
So maybe 1 later on. Wait until we can hear him a little more. He needs to get a little more active, but I'm getting a bad a vibe that he's going to be.
What do we want here now? We didn't. I mean, we came here obviously to do a little more cajoling.
I
don't
think
need
we
to do
should
so
want
much
to
cajoling.
know what it is that they think these barbarians are after. Why do we want to get that
We-
information first?
Yeah, that's what we want, right?
Correct.
before
want
we share anything that we've discovered.
we want access into the records. That's what
Oh, that's like the ultimate.
That's what we want. If we get access into the records, we can find out what the key to all of this is, and then we can figure out how to go from there, right?
You're right.
That's what it all comes down to.
Agreed.
Got it. All right.
All right.
Got it. Just
Turn around, wipe off a nice film of sweat.
take a nice go up on my glass water. Made of 5 mason jars glued together.
Sitting on the like the sandbags.
Actually, I wonder if they are in like a weird position of power, because obviously we're far from them and we don't have anywhere to sit or to lean. But I'm guessing they're sitting behind the desks, right? It appears.
Correct. As far as you can tell.
Yeah, I mean, I can probably see better than most people who come in here, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will look. So if I split, it doesn't matter how I split it. It's always -3.
Yes.
Okay, so I should definitely just focus fire if I'm going to focus fire, or it's basically all or nothing.
Yep.
Then because 4 addressed me, I'm going to address 4 back until basically someone else kind of goes in there. We believe that there is a key to something that may be missing. We believe that there is a reason that the barbarians harry your city the way that they do. Perhaps it is something you know, which would be obviously incredibly helpful for us in aiding in the defense of your city. Perhaps it's something you don't know, but we look to unravel this mystery so we can avoid as much bloodshed of your good people as we possibly can. If we can stop these barbarian attacks once and for all, it would obviously be ideal. You could focus less on needing to worry about what's happening with them, needing to constantly invest and reinvest in better stones and stronger metals and retraining of men lost, families broken, needing to be taken care of afterward, and start investing in the city itself and really growing to the place that you deserve to grow to.
Okay. Are you attempting to gauge his response to that, or are you actually trying to persuade him to give you information?
I'm trying to persuade him to be like, yeah, maybe it would be a good idea. I'm trying to sway his opinion. I don't expect him to be like, yeah, I should give you that info, unless he wants to freely give it. But I do want the info. Yeah, this is part of being like, give me that so I can protect you. Gimme.
Okay. Charisma presence.
I realize we're totally pivoting our whole strategy
really hard.
on the fly.
It's real hard.
After we got that.
But honestly, I like it, because otherwise we would have been like, yeah, these dudes, and then like 8 sessions later, been like the attack on Nexus, and we're like, oh, how this happened?
Who could have seen this coming?
Anyone with a map, probably.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
George is sitting there going, I had a whole different direction. Once again, I had a whole different direction, and now these guys
There's no way he gave us that.
are.
I didn't expect us to pivot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's probably waiting for us to come to that grim
Probably.
realization.
Did I get a stump for that? And
You can have a 2-dot stun, yeah.
Yeah. I need to actually check how much personal I have and everything.
I've learned not to make lands.
That's smart. That's a wise decision. As Greg and I are literally just peeing our pants in fluid, truly fluid succession.
Okay.
How much
What did you
personal
get?
did I use? 20. I'm just no. I'm looking at my notes to see if I want to pump. That's all. Like, or if I want to like save. That's all. Yeah, I want to pump.
The one thing to remember, this is not combat. Your motes do not refill super fast.
I know. That's why I'm not doing like 5. I'm doing like 2.
Mhm.
Ooh, that's scary.
If I felt like I was in combat, could I like when my body enter like fight or flight, it would start like replenishing.
If
All right, this is
something
actually a
happens
really
that
good roll.
actually causes you to feel like legitimate, genuine threat during during this, not just a fear of public speaking, then maybe.
I feel like if you had a flaw of public speaking,
Then I would
feel like
absolutely
you
give
should-
it to you.
yeah, you should have it in the future.
Damn.
But of course, you would have no
But you're a
socialized stuff. You have a fear of public speaking.
Yeah, no, I have a cult. I can't. I
You're
can't.
a charismatic cult leader.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
a cult
definitely
leader. I literally can't. It's not possible.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 1 is 10 with only 3 failed rolls.
Oof. The reason the barbarians attack is always to gain access to our hall of records. You know this. But what has not been shared is that we did find one who had penetrated it once. We do not know why he was looking at this. However, he seemed to be gathering information of a genealogical nature.
I can't roll like to see if I think he's lying or anything like that, right?
That
About,
would be...
like I don't know why, or is that like I would have to do that on my turn because I wanted him to give me something, so now I have to wait to see if I believe it.
You can...
Or do I feel like my speech moved him enough where it's like, no, you did your social combat.
You
now
feel
you
pretty
believe
good
it.
about how you
About how he responded.
Mhm.
All right,
Okay, next up,
I nod to him.
Dirham.
Cool. It's awful. Is there
Mhm.
there any way? Is there any way?
Probably.
Is there any way that I can maybe tee one up for old Mountain Buddy?
Yeah.
Okay, how
He
do
would-
I?
He
How
would
do I?
probably need to delay his action until after yours next round.
But I could try and because that was charisma socialize.
What? No, it's charisma presence.
Oh, that's actually worse. So I kind of feel like, besides, okay.
Now, this round, you could probably team up with Adramalik.
Don't do it. I can't do anything. I'm useless. I
well,
spin
No
my
one is
daggers.
useless.
Well.
I'm sorry, it just reminded me of Aladdin, where he's like, "Why are you bringing me into this?"
Right. Ow! Why you bring me into this?
hmm
We might as. I mean, we got to see what we could do, right? We're here to socialize. Let's socialize.
Yep.
Okay. So. Okay. Dirham will glance over to Adramalik and sort of give a little as he starts walking deeper into the room over to the right side.
Are you attempting to pass the ring of sandbags?
Oh, I mean, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna ask some questions. I'm gonna before I do that, I'll go up to the sandbags and go. Before we continue, I apologize, but as we are newcomers to your land, though we do come in interest of your land and it maintaining its well-doings, we may be moving too quickly. How should we be proceeding in terms of this? We appreciate the council and the moment to be able to speak with you all, but motions to the sandbags, motions to the other circle of sandbags. I feel a little uncertain of exactly what this setup is. This doesn't seem exactly the traditional meeting room.
Power play, mastery of many manners.
Yep. Is that reflexive or is that simple?
Great question.
Anyway.
You always have such great questions.
Yeah. As
going.
you ask your question, the one in the middle.
Ooh, reflexive.
Oh, reflexive. Cool. So you will know whether he is lying or telling the truth.
Mhm.
That is where the petitioners stand. There are 2 circles in case there should be opposition to the petitioner.
So-
You'll remain there where our council members can have a semblance of safety.
I see. So a comfortable distance for the individuals requesting audience with council members, but over there would be whoever may be in opposition for discussion concerning a topic at hand.
Correct.
Who's saying this?
The one in the middle, number 4. Number 4 is the only one who has spoken so far.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Anything else you wish to do on your turn, or are you? Is that good for you? Did you gather enough information?
I think this is where it gets weird, but
Mhm.
no. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. Dirham just gives a curt nod.
Adramalik.
Yeah. What are the actions I could do again?
Talk. The actions are talk.
Okay. Yeah, Adramalik is gonna hop onto the sandbag and he's gonna just gauge the reaction like as he's sort of sitting on it.
Do
and,
I
like,
know if
lounging.
that's bad?
He's not crossing over the sandbag, but he like nimbly jumps up.
I know if something's gonna be a
showcasing-
faux pas
Yeah.
or not. So if you go to jump
Crossing
on
the
it, and I know it's-
sandbag would be a major faux pas and would lead to the ending of the
Yeah, no,
session.
but
Being on it is not something that is typically considered, so it's kind of a gray area. Some might take offense to it, but it's not going to immediately end.
good. I want to see who's taking offense to that. I'm gonna kind of lounge there and be like, Well, we sort of come here because we want to keep your city standing, and that is the matter at hand. There is an impending and encroaching horde, and thereafter, as you said, something that is in your library of records. You don't know what it is. Do you at least know who this barbarian was? Were they captured? I mean, do you know anything? As he says that again, when he says, "Do you know anything?" he's going to look at number one, like as he looks over his left shoulder, and just like
He's doing it.
Wow.
He's
So
doing
you are,
it.
So you're aiming. So you are
doing it.
directing at number one,
He's
not a wide
doing it,
glass.
Peter.
Okay.
yeah.
Give me your. This is.
I know.
I'm gonna say this is manipulation presence.
Aren't you good at manipulation?
I am. It's 2. No, it's actually it's still bad. But my presence is 2, so that's 4. I rolled 4 dice. Since
you
do I
get
get
a
a
two-dot
2
star.
daughter because
Yep.
I'm interacting with the scenery?
You got it.
Also, you're doing exactly what Dirham has to live through, so it's got to be really weird for Dirham to watch.
I'm having an existential crisis as I'm watching vein of my existence turned in favor of my goals and
Oh, fuck.
aspirations.
Such a bad roll. It's a 3. It's a 3.
That's great roll for how many dice you had.
Okay.
He knows he's running against the friggin' brick wall right now.
Yeah.
but-
Yes. At the 3, you can see that there is a little. The number 1 straightens slightly, but it's hard to gauge whether it's at your actions or your words.
No, so I don't know what triggered it. Great.
Mhm.
Cool.
But you straightened him.
I straighten him. He's like, oh, this guy.
This little shit.
Tough guy.
Lay on my sandbags, will you?
I'm
Okay.
done.
Top of the order.
Don't they get to go?
What? Yeah.
Okay.
Number 4 again speaks. You have not yet told us what it is that you want. You've come here, you said that you wanted information. We've given you the information. But I understand that you had gathered information of your own that led you toward belief of a certain course of action. Is that correct? And if so, what is that action?
Man, he had to clarify that. I was going to be like, yup, anyway.
All
I
right,
passed.
you can have your sidebar.
Okay. All right. So 4 seems like a cool guy. I think he was telling the truth.
Agreed.
I didn't like this guy over here, number 1 on the corner.
Yeah, no,
Seems
he's-
like a real stick up his ass.
Yes, definitely.
All right. So what should, I mean, realistically, we could tell them that we want to see if there can be a peace between them and the barbarians, that we want to access the Hall of Records. That way we can try and find the solution that involves the least amount of bloodshed possible.
I agree.
We want the chance at avoiding absolute bloodshed.
That's our intention.
That is true. That is completely
So
true.
this is what I'm okay to say this.
Yes.
So that is what
That are-
why, that is why we want access to the Hall of Records, and not access once. We want essentially a floating pass.
Correct. To be able to get to the core of this situation and
Exactly.
find a way that will be the most peaceful for all parties involved.
The least amount of bloodshed. And so
Yes. Hopefully
if they
s-
give us access, we are not, while we are looking for the least amount of bloodshed, that does not mean we are not willing to aid the should it come.
Correct.
Yes?
I love it.
Are you guys
Brick.
doing any initiative stacking to aid each other?
Sure. Yeah. Dirham will go, but I'll lead in, I guess. This probably won't help you, but I think that you'll really bring it home, Mountain.
You're the anchor, Akeem.
And as long as he allows Dirham to start.
Yeah,
Dirham
no,
will.
I honestly, I when you're like, okay, big guy, I'm very easily placated. I was
Yeah.
meant to be led.
I know, it's just I am definitely a pariah here. This is a problem. I say words good, and then the dismount is just a cacophony
Your
of
triple flip
tones.
is great. Breaking your ankle on the way.
Yeah, not so good. It's a beautiful break. But anyway,
man.
so Dirham again stepping up to the sandbags. Looks to council number 4 and says, what we want is to end the century-long struggle between Nachara and, as we understand, the Broken Horn tribe. Our intentions is to make the world better, and the world is suffering from many different issues. But we believe neutral parties such as ourselves can help bring resolution. But we have also seen Nachara, and we believe the people here are good. We believe what you have here is well-deserved, and we believe that there can be a peaceful resolution in this. And he looks very quickly to the mountain.
Is it going to be Adramalik and then Mountain? mountain? Or, or are we just letting Atramel just
No,
keep
no,
on
no, no,
punching?
no,
yeah,
no.
yeah, we'll leave him
I'm
to
gonna
keep. Just
under
keep.
closing remarks,
Yeah, yeah.
changing the.
And closing remarks. That guy's a dick.
Yeah. How come
All
this guy's not saying nothing? Yeah. But yeah.
I will. I'll put my hand again as I put my hand. My respectful putting my hand on someone's shoulder, where it's just like the last two fingers on Dirham's shoulder, and like I like just put it there and like clasp it as a friend, and then I begin. Mountain begins speaking. It is as my friend said. We are looking to put a definitive end to this, and the definitive end is just that, an end. So, by giving us access to your Hall of Records, we believe that we can shed light on exactly what it is that has been plaguing these barbarians into plaguing you. This is, as you know, as you've said, they are after the Hall of Records. They're after something in particular. And so the question has to be why? And can it possibly be worth the lives of so many people and so many resources being poured in to this one singular task of protecting from one force, not to mention all the other cultural forces and things from the outside that assail you on a daily basis, trying to grasp and yoke you down into a monochromatic way of thinking. And you have so little time to focus on these things because you have only the time to think of these barbarians and when they will attack next. And we intend to stop that once and for all. And we can do this if you give us access. And while we are looking for a peaceful resolution, that does not mean we will shy away from helping you maintain your way of life in us. And that is a shotgun blast. Give us access to all of records. Like, that's just at everybody.
Okay, give me your shotgun blast persuade roll, which will be charisma presence, and go ahead and give him your aid.
Do it.
If the aid is less than a stunt, can he take the stunt instead of the?
No, we have chosen. We have chosen.
I've made a huge mistake. I just talk. I don't think about
I will
the
say
stats.
you directed yours at a specific person, so you will not suffer the -3 penalty to your
There you go.
roll.
Cool. I got all my dice.
He's holding up one die again. He's holding up one.
I'm so sorry. I think to cooperate and help, it makes sense in my brain, and then I look at my score again, and I remember that I have no idea how to manage society. I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
I'm sorry, Rich. I'm sorry.
Can we say because both of our speeches were so good, we can just get an automatic 3-dot?
Oh, that sounds like a good decision. A 3-dot. I'll even, he can have.
That's a compromise.
The whatever
I don't think
cups.
that's a
for-
compromise.
Greg can have the experience.
We just tried social
no.
combating the
Yeah,
DM.
we'll get Greg
like
the experience because he's been watching it the whole time.
Roll your die.
He stunted. Does he get the stunt?
Sure, I'll give you a 2-dot stunt there. Mm-hmm.
So mad if I do. Oh, that's a face that looks like it's not that bad.
5.
Wow! All right, add your 5
A
dice.
10, a 9, and an 8.
Wow, that's like the best you possibly could have gotten. That's never happening again.
I'm done
So great.
contributing. I'm gonna look at walls. I'm gonna get all sorts of cool descriptors of the environment. I am not talking to any of these people.
Just focus fire.
With my 1 dice.
Yes. All right, and I'm actually gonna pump 4 into this one. I'm doing 4 from peripheral because 5 is what makes me glow, right?
Correct.
Hell
So we're
yeah.
doing the 4 from perif, which I have to roll another set of dice afterwards. So we've got 2 more after this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
7. Okay. You let your words hang in the air, and you feel that some have begun to make their decisions.
All right, now be a dick.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, everyone's waiting for me. Okay.
No, everybody's not waiting for you.
Oh.
There comes a knock at the other door.
The opposition? No, is it the Lore of
Now
Autumn?
it's real combat. I'm gonna throw a sandbag at somebody.
The door then slowly opens, and in walk 2 figures, 2 women. One in a white robe, looks almost priestly in vestments as she strides in with confidence and assurance in her step. Trailing her slightly, a hooded figure in brown leathers, who seems more reserved in action, but with an intensity in her eyes.
Do either of them look familiar?
Is it
Either of them?
Roxy? Oh, God, no.
Do either of them look familiar? No.
Okay.
No.
With my mannerism, with my master of mannerisms, are they from here?
Does that
No.
tell you that?
No.
How dare you? How dare you?
Well, like, cause like if they're like moving and acting, like, do they like bow in custom and stuff like that? Are they doing all the customary things?
Yes, they are. And as the first one in the white walks in, she reaches your coat that you had thrown over there.
I had.
Shoot, right?
She bends. She gingerly lifts it. The very, very large
Yeah, probably like a good 10-pound coat.
coat, and she turns. Council and petitioners, we do apologize for our delay. It took a little longer in arriving in town than we had anticipated, but I'm sure that we will be able to get to the bottom of this issue and make sure that the right thing is done for Nachara, turns towards you, and for the realm, and then tosses it at you.
Dun dun dun.
Oh shit! This is dragon people.
Cliffhanger. Oh god.
Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. Come back next week for the next part of our adventure, or join our Patreon for early access to the next episode, as well as our Patreon exclusive campaign of Rippers. If you like our content, consider supporting the channel alongside our first patron, Bubble Dirt. But of course, don't forget to check out our tutorials and video plays on YouTube at The RPG Blender. If you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can join our Discord. Check the description for a link. Don't have Discord? No worries, find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender, or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey, copyright 2012, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution License. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.